Well,
Go! I love it.
We are live.
I love that.
Go,
Three,
go,
two,
Speed
one,
Racer.
go!
Go, Speed Racer. Go.
Oh,
Folks, we are live. Welcome to Dungeons, Dragons, and Discourse.
that's us.
Dun. I am Eric Tenkar, your bartender in the OSR. With me is none other than the one, the only, Glenn Halstrom. I
Yeah,
know, old man Grognard.
like Pokemon trainers, I got to catch them all. What I caught was, I think, a cold.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
I don't know
So I'll be
who.
doing a lot of this. Coming down with something. I don't know. It's probably, what is it? Crud from the trip? I don't know.
Trip crud? I don't know. It's a bit long in the tooth for that, so I don't know.
Yeah, there you go. It's been 2 weeks and I still haven't finished unpacking.
Well, it's been 2 weeks. We still haven't sent you your razor, and Rachel will probably remind me. We still need the pictures that Glenn took.
I forgot all about that. Everybody got what they're supposed to get here, so everybody's happy.
There you go. That's the way it should be.
Yeah.
So everything arrives safe and sound. Nothing.
Everything arrives safe and sound. Folks, in case you need to catch up, I was in his area in about 10 days for about 10 days a couple of weeks ago. I was out in the New York area. And it was a pretty laid back trip, really.
Yeah. So, all right. So here,
Well,
go ahead.
Oh, by the way, I've got a zip file of all the pictures I took. And so I will give you the link to my Dropbox for that.
Okay, very cool. Rachel's in the background going, very nice.
About half of them you can dump because they're trees.
All right. Well,
when we were on the train, I took a lot of,
Oh, yeah. Train ride was cool. Fugly, he's a demon on wheels. It's Speed Racer. Yes, he was. And Bad Mike is, of course, lurking.
Bad Mike is Bad Mike.
He is. So,
and I gotta say, you wore me out on that trip,
dude. You were. I napped like Tuesday after dropping you off at the airport. I just napped.
Really?
Oh yeah.
I understand now that New York City, especially Manhattan, is for younger men. That's a lot of walking.
There's a lot. New York is a lot of walking. You have to remember, New York City is actually 5 counties. Most cities fall within a county. New York City is 5 counties.
I thought it was just New York County, except for a few parts that were in New Jersey.
No. Staten Italy is often referred to as New Jersey, and we'd probably give it back if we had a choice. I don't think Jersey wants it. Staten Island, the landfill island. I mean, yeah, maybe not. So
maybe not. But maybe. You know what wore me out?
What?
Aside from that, being on all your shows, and then doing a Thicko's Hammer on top of that.
Yeah, no, it was a busy time.
If you notice what during Gamers Health, I was just in the background going, "Yeah, that's right. Yeah."
It certainly was. Listen, I don't realize how many live streams I do until I sit back and go, how many do I do?
I really didn't think I'd be on all of them.
Oh, Glenn, you were a freebie. I was like, I got Glenn here. I should use him.
Well, if Thicko's Hammer, that's why I got a hold of Brian and said, you were a freebie. I don't know when that show's coming. It should be coming out soon. I'll have to ask Brian.
Okay.
The one we did.
Yeah, let me know.
I will.
It's funny. I just stumbled across a bunch of TotalCon interviews that TotalCon did last year. They released them like a month ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The James Carpio video has the most views at like 50. I think I'm number 2 with 12 because nobody knows this channel even exists. I'm gonna have to show it off. because there were some good interviews they conducted with people that were special guests there. Not
Yeah.
not that I was a special guest. I'm just saying. Um, Flint, a female barista, served me coffee the other day. Almost asked her if she was from Jersey. She had a mustache. Uh, you know,
That just means she's Italian.
yeah, it's Staten Italy. You know the thing. So, earlier today, this is off topic, but it's on topic to some extent.
Uh-huh.
Earlier today, I get a text message from a number I don't recognize, and it's I'll be back in Manhattan for Christmas. Are you still living in New York? And I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, where's this? It's a San Diego area code. I don't
Uh-huh.
know anybody out there except for maybe Christian Walker, I never actually exchanged phone numbers with Christian, so it wasn't
Mhm.
Christian. And I was like, all right. So my answer was, I don't remember. I don't recognize this number. Who is this? And I get back the exact same message. Didn't click yet. So I
So
responded,
why?
I still don't remember. I still don't recognize this number. Aren't you Julie? Nope. Far from being a Julie, you've got the wrong number. Okay. But then again,
Oh, I get those all the time on my SMS.
yep.
Yeah, could I call you? Are you home? Hi, how you doing? It's like I totally ignore them.
No. So,
It's
oh my
just the
God.
number. It's just the number, and there's nothing there.
Yeah, well, now this time the conversation goes on. Sorry, I rechecked the number, entered one digit wrong. Hope I didn't ruin your beautiful day. Yeah, no worries.
Yeah, that's
This is
no.
AI. It's AI
Oh,
because,
it must be AI. Well,
yeah, the
I
traditional
know.
AI fishing expedition over here.
Yeah,
Thank you. You are
pretty
so
much.
kind. You didn't scold me for my mistake. Who the fuck scold? That's weird English, too. Nobody uses that terminology. There are a few people like you nowadays. If you are in LA, I will definitely buy you a cup of friendship coffee. I
That's a
noticed.
long one.
I
Usually
noticed that.
mine's just like one sentence.
Yeah, I noticed that your number is very similar to my friend's number. Do you live in New York too? So I'm already. I'm like formerly. I'm not giving this one up. I thought your number was similar, and you also live in New York, so they can't comprehend the conversation that's going on. I'm from Hong Kong, China, but I live
Oh
in
boy.
LA.
Yeah.
I wonder if you've ever traveled there. I'm not getting into a conversation with an AI. Yeah, get your bot to talk to their bot. That's what I was thinking, Fugly. It's a phishing, and they don't want whatever information they're looking for. They want to know if they've got a live one, and the bot's
Yeah.
having this conversation.
Yep. Yep. Look, I just think like, look, I know I'm older and I've kept my good looks, but at the same time, trying to catfish me is a losing proposition.
Yeah,
So
I mean, come
there,
on.
come on, you can do better than me.
Yes, Fugly. My area code puts me in New York. That's why I said formerly. My
Hmm.
son's area code puts him in New York. He hasn't been in New York for years. And he keeps on he works for the airline, so he's always changing his address, but he keeps his phone number. So to identify him by his phone number is, and besides
I do
which,
the same. I do the same. I've had like three different phones, and I always, when we change, I always make sure I keep my number.
so
The only things I'm not sure about my number, but like in my books, my game books, all
mm,
I write in there is my name and my email address. Those are the two things that never change.
oh yeah, so
And
this
what's interesting is the tags you when I was going through the airport, that those paper tags that you can fill out and put on there.
yeah,
You're not supposed to put your address or I think your phone number you can put on there, but they even have it now where it's like you can't put an address on there because you know, people will take that information.
right, and they know,
And
oh,
so it's
you,
just your name, your phone number, and your email address. That's it.
yeah, because here's what your address tells them: you're not home.
Yeah. Other than aside from like selling your info to somebody else.
Yeah, But I mean, it makes you a target the moment they know that you're. Oh, well, this person's going to Hawaii. They'll be gone for a while. We have plenty of time to break in and empty out their home.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh yeah, Fugly. My area code puts me in OK, and I get stupid stuff targeted there all the time. Hey, amen, brother. So am I. I get it all the time. I can go through my phone right now and just read like boom, 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 boom. You know, you got like 5 different things. In fact, oh yeah, haha, yeah, dear friends, what's new? I'm Linda from Capanagini. Oh, get this one.
What?
Have you come over yet?
Have I come? Well, you'd know if I was there. So the answer is maybe.
Yeah, yeah. It's crazy. I mean, you're saying this is AI? I believe it.
Yeah, mine was AI. I started getting that AI feeling as it.
I mean, hey, my friend. Hey, it's been a while, hasn't it?
Hey, my friend.
How have you been doing these days? Unbelievable.
The only people that have ever called me my friend are people on the street and are vendors trying to get you to buy something, or the flea market. My friend, come, I give you a good deal because you're my friend. I'm like, I don't know you. How the hell am I your friend? I don't.
Oh, are you Rick's friend? That's only 2,000.
We'll make this work for you. Trust me. With an honest face like this, not I. But that's not I. That's not what I can do for you, but what you can do for I.
For my wallet.
Yeah.
Like I said, everybody liked the gifts they got. Becky liked her blue glass.
Oh, good.
And Gage got all his anime stuff I got from Comic-Con. And he really liked that big metal D20 I got him.
Oh, that's a freaking.
Although it was another couple of minutes of hearing how he can't game lately.
What the Alexa off? I have no idea what she thought we asked her, but
Alexa's on the job.
Yes. Then Mike, how dare you make things tougher for third world scammers? Somebody's got to do it, Mike. By the way, I was like, if I thought it was a real person, I would have fucked with them for a while, but I really felt it was a bot. So I just blocked it because there's no enjoyment in messing with a bot.
That's true. If I want to do that, I'll go on Chat AI.
Yeah, I'm only going to
Chat GPT. I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, listen, now Meta has its own AI. I just saw that it's in my conversation list.
Oh yeah. So Facebook is going to start. Yeah. Now they're going to start sending me stuff.
Well, I believe that Microsoft Office is now scanning like anything that you produce with Office for use in AI because you're granting it a perpetual license. Everything is being farmed for AI if they can do it.
Oh joy.
Yeah, it's not as much fun messing with bots, Mike. You know, it isn't. I don't, messing with telemarketers, messing with scams on the phone. A bot? Who's going to get upset? Except for me. I'm wasting my own time. I'm not wasting their time.
That's true. Google's Gemini AI. I didn't know they had one.
Well, yeah, it used to be what, Bard or something like that?
Bard?
I liked it when it was Bard. Just because I happen to like Bards, and most people are like, Bards suck. That's like, all right, well, I like Bards. I used to play the Bard class from issue 56 of the Dragon. Also in Dragon Volume 3.
As long as you're not doing it in first edition.
Well, it was for 1E, but it wasn't the get 4 to 7 levels of fighter and 5 to 8 levels of thief, and then switch over to Bard, which is kind of like Druid, but it's oh my god.
I know.
Oh, Mike, that sounds very romantic. I like that. He's listening to two of us while watching the waves and surf on the beach. It's tough, I know. Mike, my heart bleeds for you. Tough work for you. Ha ha he he. Um,
Brother.
I'm glad you're enjoying Padres Island. And when we go, when we say, something as simple as "Hey, go fuck yourself," it's nothing personal. It's just that we're not at Padres Island, and we can't dip our feet in the sand, lose our phone. Don't lose your phone, Mike. Don't lose your phone in the sand. I'm just saying.
Hmm.
Not trying to tell the future here. I'm just saying, be careful. Be careful, sir. Um,
So here we are.
Here we are.
Here we are in a room full of strangers. No,
That's no.
that's
We're
a
not.
song.
We're not playing. Was it 2 minutes in Paradise or whatever the hell that?
No, it was Nights on Broadway, I think it was.
Oh,
Here we are in our room full of
Age of
strangers.
oh my God! It's
Showing my
OMG.
age.
OMG! It's OMG. Old man Grog.
That's right.
You better not forget it, kids. The one and only. He'll
You
come
got
out
it.
there. He'll
The
let
guy,
you know.
the guy who knows how to run stuff.
Run stuff.
One of these
All
days I'll
right.
have a campaign. One of these days I'll have a campaign.
One of these days I'll be a contender. All right, I got a question for you, Glenn, because this came up in conversation today.
Grant's Tomb. That's my
Uh,
standard answer.
Actually, when I was a sergeant, we had Grant's tomb in our confines.
Did you?
Yes, we did. So, and I,
Wow.
I actually got to walk up to it a couple of times. Never got access to it, but I was just a peon. But all right. So this came up in a conversation I was having with my regular gaming group. Wandering encounters or random encounters, I should.
Random encounters. Yes.
Joe doesn't do them. Every encounter you have,
Okay.
Joe has planned.
Okay.
He may
Well,
he may change it based upon the state of the party, but
well,
there's no randomness to any of what Joe does.
some people do that. Some GMs do that. Don't mind me. I'm taking off my shoes.
I knew I smelled something, Glenn. Just saying.
That'd be a feat. Ha, 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 ha.
If
I
you want
never,
the old man jokes, folks, you come
I
here first.
never apologize for your puns.
Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair. All right, so
You were saying.
yeah, I I used to hear of DMs that would literally uh, have not an encounter chart that was
Uh-huh.
by time. So you have a 24-hour chart, and they do it 3 days, and then go, all right, well, if the party is here around this time, this happens, or nothing happens, or this event happens. But never, doesn't matter when and where, I'll just adjust the situation based upon the events. That seems to me a little bit beyond DM fiat. That's almost, dare I say it, and Joe, if you're watching this, it's nothing personal, but it almost feels like a DM railroad, in that no matter what you
I
do,
don't think so.
certain things are going to happen. All right, well then.
Well, to me, maybe I have a different definition of railroad. To me, if the characters do stuff and nothing changes, to me that's a railroad.
Okay.
If you want them to go, if the GM is bound and determined to make them go to a certain place, and everything they try does not happen unless they go to that certain place, that's
Right.
a railroad.
Okay.
If you got to switch stuff around, that's your prerogative.
It's not.
As long,
It's not switching stuff around.
Mhm.
This is, um, one way or the other, this dragon that is supposedly wandering, you're going to encounter.
Okay, so it's on the chart. I mean, if I got it, if the GM has a hard on for you doing that, try and do it. And the operative word there is try, because again, I don't believe in putting roadblocks up to players, characters, in order for them to do what you want them to do.
I agree, and Joe is funny because we can always kind of tell which direction he wants us to go in, so we never do.
And to me, that's part of the job.
Right.
If they don't do what you'd planned on doing and doing something else, well, that's on you. That's part of your job.
Yeah, we usually we will tell them a week in advance if we're going to go in a certain direction, but like Joe expects us to take encounters on head on, like just
Right.
like all right, well, oh no, we reconnoiter, we spy, we set traps, we do everything we can to turn the odds in our favor because we're all GMs and creators by nature. And I think Joe is very used to playing with a group that takes things heads on, doesn't it's like, oh, there's a challenge, let's get it and defeat it. Whereas we're like, oh, there's a challenge.
I can deal with that. I can roll with that.
Oh, and Joe's been rolling with it, but he's the problem, I think, to some extent, is he's over prepping for stuff that's not going to happen because we're not going to jump into it. And he's planning things as if we're going to do a frontal assault. And we've never done that yet. Because the frontal assault and any of this stuff is going to be death. Because we don't have a party of fighters. We have a party of priests. I mean.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with that as far as like not doing what the GM
right
would do. Even, and if this group doesn't do things head on, it's like adjust or find another game. I mean, to me, it's the GM's job to adjust to the players. Once the players have, how shall I say in session 0, once they know the lay of the land and how things work,
right,
they can either play the game or find another game. But once you're in it and you guys have been playing for a while, you get a feeling of what they're about. They get a feeling of what you're about.
Right.
And there's going to be a period of adjustment.
Well, it's weird because we had this conversation today. We had it via text, like we often do. And I actually, as the conversation went on, I was feeling disappointed because it's like, all right, I thought, for me, as a GM, especially in campaign games, I like the world and the plot, but I like a lot of randomness that surprises even me because it makes everything live.
Makes it interesting.
Right. Whereas Joe has everything plotted out in multiple directions. Wherever we go, there's stuff waiting and ready for us. But knowing that, it's like, well, I'm going to adjust an encounter down if the party has been beat up. I was like, I would rather you keep the encounter as it was and make us play smart and run away as opposed to, just goblins. I don't know. There's something about it that for my illusion of it to be a real world, to me, it needs to be organic. And this, to me, feels less organic.
Yeah. It's funny I'm thinking about Matt's game where he will do stuff. He's done this before. Like, okay, you guys are going to do this. And this, I remember when this happened when there was a green dragon we had to take out. Okay, we know where the dragon is. We know what we have to do. And he ends the game. and he says, okay, we play 2 weeks. You guys got 2 weeks to figure out what you're going to do. And he expects by those 2 weeks are up that we have some sort of battle plan.
Right.
And that's good to me. I mean, it's nice that he gives the players
time,
that much heads up, that much time to plan, because he expects us to, play smart.
Oh, yeah.
And what was the point I was trying to make? Random encounters are fun. Don't get me wrong. I'm thinking of trying if I ever get a chance to run again, I'm thinking of a different way I want to do it. Now, you've looked in D&D books and other books before that have random encounter tables in there. 1E DMG is the perfect example. It's got, I'm not talking about in dungeons because that's like by level, blah, blah, blah. Right. But if you look in like wilderness encounters where you're rolling on, say you pick the terrain, then you roll on that and find out what you got there. A bandit, a monster. It doesn't tell, it tells you generically what's there. And then you go to a subtable of what kind of monster or what kind of bandit or what kind of whatever. I'm thinking that I would rather just use those initial tables on what terrain it is. Right. And then if it comes up like monster, okay, I will glance at the type of monsters they have in that area and go, okay, I got an idea. I'm going to do that because that lets me, come up with something on the fly. And it feels to me more natural, more organic. And it's just, it works out better for me for the players. And they get a little more involved in it too. I use these charts in like Hyperborea. I used to come up with the random encounter table. They'd have a random encounter and say, okay, I rolled up a barbarian one time. And they were in the middle of the ocean. And I rolled up a barbarian. So you know what I did? I put a barbarian in a canoe.
Okay.
That went by their ship and said, hey, have you seen my gal, this princess, blah, 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 blah. And he says, no. He says, okay, thank you. And he goes, and that's it. That's the encounter. Then he goes on his way. They still remind me of that one. Every time there's water or a river or something, we're going to see a barbarian on a log paddling by asking for where his girl is. Yeah, okay, fine. But that's the kind of thing I'm talking about. I mean, just said barbarian. I came up with it in my head. Right. I ran the ghost ship in the desert dunes. They were in the Diamond Desert, and they had they were in a party of like, they had camels and mules and the whole 9 yards. And what I rolled is something that happened at night. I forget what it was, but it turned out that nobody could get any sleep because in the corral where the camels were, one of them was in heat, and they had a male in there, and he would let anybody sleep because all we heard was that. And it's like, that's the kind of thing I lay out to the players and say, okay, what are you going to do about it? You know what they did? You know what they did?
What?
The mage went over, cast sleep on the male camel, and castrated him.
Okay. Because I wanted the clarification, because you just said male, and I was assuming it was a camel. But
yeah, male camel.
It could have been a male barbarian for all I know.
Oh, I know, but I'm just assuming you knew.
I know.
But, it just, lays out camel, whatever. And that's the kind of random encounters I like. Because it makes me think, and it just feels more organic.
It makes me improv. It makes me part of it. I like to improv as a GM because it makes the game live for me. Now, from running a convention game, it's different. I'm less about the random encounters. I'm more about keeping the party engaged, and I don't want. I can have I don't know, a ruins that are half empty in
Uh-huh.
a regular campaign. I don't want that in something that's going on at a convention, because you want to keep those players engaged for their time. You don't want them feeling left out,
Uh-huh.
or just killing time when they're paying for a 4 hour game session.
Well,
You've
I was
paid for
talking
it.
about it.
I know. But you're in your own campaign. You can pace things differently. I like random encounters just to break up the otherwise monotony, or the tension, or the
Right.
lack of tension. And here's those
Random random encounters to me is like it's not the whole meal; it's the spice for the whole
right.
meal.
And I think that random encounters, personally for me, I forget. I first encountered this, I think, back with 2E. It was more like random events. Like, it could be an encounter, it could be a crack of lightning going through the sky in an otherwise calm day. It could be that deer at the edge of the field that takes off. Something that makes the player
Yeah.
stop and think. And maybe it means something different.
Yep.
Maybe they think it means something that it doesn't. Uh,
And if I can drop a clue to the story in a random encounter, hopefully a non-combat one, even a combat one, if I can drop a clue to what they're doing, that's even better. And right, yes, Fugly. I'm sorry, was it? Yes, Mr. Gunn, I do run a very edgy game, but
Flint, random magic items, or for say random magic effects. Listen, my character has a wand of wonder. I refuse to use
Shadow
it.
Dark, I believe it.
But I think that magic items should be placed with maybe not necessarily a purpose, but they should be sparingly. I mean, I will say my character is a seventh level priest. I have no magical protection, no rings of protection, no magic armor, no magic shield. I'm surprised he's made to level 7. So it's a low magic game, but that requires players to think a bit more.
Oh, I throw magic items out all the time, but you got to go back to GMing 101. If you're going to get magic items, make sure they're expendable. I gave out a wand of fireballs that only had 4 charges. They use them very sparingly and well.
Right. Oh yeah, you don't want to give away a wand of fireballs with 99 charges on it, or 50
Yeah,
charges.
but even 10 is too
Yeah.
much. Yeah.
Well, magic missiles, sure, okay, it's a pow. But the powerful stuff. But that's why in a low magic game, even a +1 sword is pretty powerful.
True.
And people forget that.
Have you ever done this? I've never done this, but I've had this happen to me, where I get a magical item, magical sword, say, that is +1, but +3 versus something bad, like
Right.
maybe ogres or giants or dragons or whatever, and then the GM never throws those in. I've had that happen to me.
Oh, I had that to me. Listen, I wish this was still in print, folks. I gotta find my notes on this, but for a third party, well over probably about 10 years ago, I wrote a bunch of magic items that were not super powered, but everything had a bit of a drawback to it, or at least was unique. I had the beer bear. It was like a flask of endless water, but instead you could pour out, generally speaking, about a gallon of beer a day. But it was a stuffed teddy bear its head unscrewed. And
Okay.
It was the stuff that wasn't overpowered or stuff that was powered but also had a detriment to it. So you kind of balance it out. You give a little, and you give them two steps. You take one step back. You want to if you're gonna give a magic item that has a detriment to it, you want the detriment to not be as bad as the what you're giving, but you still
True.
want it to have an
You've done that
impact.
too.
Because you want the player to go, oh, but this does, yeah, but it also does. And it's like, oh, you really want to you want to give them that. Well, what do I do with this?
And it's not like it's a cursed item or anything. It's just a magic
No,
item with a drawback.
right. Because
And
the
I'm for
play
that.
right, curse items you can't get rid of. Curse items stay with
Right.
you.
That's right.
You want the ones that the players are like, oh man, maybe I shouldn't keep this. Maybe I should sell. Oh, but I can do. What if I need the ability to? Oh, what?
I just got a great idea. A cursed item that is a wand of fireballs with the aforementioned, like I said, 4 charges.
Right.
But it's cursed. Once the charges are all gone, you still can't get rid of it. It's just an empty fireball wand. You just can't get rid of it.
Your hand is always occupied. One hand is always holding.
It always comes to your hand.
It acts as a club. It's a club that's always
Cast shillelagh on it. Boom, boom, boom.
There you go.
But yeah, I like irritate. I like stuff that irritates them more than just messes them up. But yeah, but magic. I can go on and on about magic items. And then there's the artifacts. Those are the ones you build adventures around.
Right. At least now, when I was younger, it's like, oh, I rolled the magic treasure table in the Dungeon Master's Guide. It came up with the machine of Kalish, or it's like, oh well, I guess in the corner of the room is a magical device. It's like, oh geez, what, you happen to see what looks to be a magical hand in a bag just hanging out. I don't know how it got there.
I got one. I got off of Madeline Hale's book. She does the book Table Fables. Table Fables 1 and 2 and Table Fables Modern.
Okay.
She came out a while ago. She came out with one with magic items in it that was like this thick. And one, I just turned a page. When I first got it, I cracked it open. I turned to a page. I found this great thing it's a great magic item, but you're really taking a chance using it. It's not cursed.
Right.
It's just what it does is it's a ring. It's mainly for like thieves that you can. It's a magical ring that lets you detach your hand and send it off like thing,
Okay.
The problem is if that ring comes off or it gets broken, you lost a hand. It just that's it. You lost your hand.
Damn.
Yeah. I like that one.
So Tim, you have to have a mix. Non-violent or beneficial encounters should be included.
Yes, that's right.
Especially when you're dealing with outdoor encounters.
And sometimes the non-violent or beneficial stunts are more interesting than the combat ones.
Right, because the players tend to play off those more. And they're also more suspicious of something that isn't looking to outright kill them.
You know what else? You know what else is fun? If you have a planned encounter in a game, roll on a random encounter table for that area. See what turns up. Maybe you can use that to sweeten it. What is there's one monster. I keep forgetting what it is. It's like the one with the 3 heads and the wings.
Chimera.
Yeah, I think it was a chimera. But there's an encounter in that module, the Ghost Ship, where they run into an old man, and it was just a basic, role play encounter. And he gets mad at the wizards that's there, blah 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 blah, and But I thought, well, that's kind of dull. I rolled up Chimera, and I'm going, well, it's the desert. He's up here. I put them down in a kind of a not a really a valley, but a rut where they had the two sides here, and his cave was on one side. They heard this commotion. They found this Chimera attacking the old man, and they had to deal with that. Then we had the role playing thing, which I thought that made it a little more interesting.
Yeah, that's again. I nothing says you have to use the random results that come up on a
Right.
You might go, they ain't no fuck. It makes absolutely no sense. Reroll. You can do DM I just have an issue with everything being DM fiat, and that's just my style. But again, I'm the same individual that likes to do a lot of improv and work off my players and let them surprise me. And okay,
yeah. But I mean, that's another way to use random encounters is just to maybe sweeten up an encounter you already have. That's not going to make it impossible for them. I mean, they were ready and raring to go for that Chimera. I knew it because they were fresh off the boat. They still had all their hit points. It's like, go for it, guys. And that's kind of, it's there to sweeten it. It's great. One of the reasons. One of the things I like to do is if I come up with an adventure because first of all, I stopped long ago trying to figure out what players are going to do. When my prep, it's just guesswork. They may do this, they may do this. If I come up with 3 things they may do, I'm fine, in a certain situation. But I've gotten to the point where I set up an encounter or I set up a situation, a problem, and let them figure it out. Now, if they need a little help, I can usually judge that. But mostly it's like, okay, this person stole from that person. What are you going to do about it? And if it's a thing for the adventure that they have to do this anyway, they're going to solve a problem. What I like to do is not worry about it. I gave them the setup. Okay. And what they'll do 9 times out of 10, the group I'm dealing with now, 9 times out of 10, they'll start thinking what to do. They'll start thinking of, okay, I should talk to this guy. I should talk to the guild over here. I should talk to the harbor master over here, whatever. Those aren't planned. I don't plan those.
Right.
Those are my improvs because that shows me that they're really planning it. They're really thinking about it, what way to go. And I can tell whether they're in the right direction or wrong direction. If they're in the wrong direction, I'll just have to deal with it. Okay. Because I'm not going to railroad. I'm not going to say you're in the wrong direction. But I will find a way to turn that around so they get some information. I'm not trying to, railroad them or anything. I'm just like, okay, in my mind, I'm going, okay, how can I link this to the plot? Right. And if I can't, then we're just going to go and see what happens. I'm not going to come up with an NPC that tells them what's going on or anything like that. And I have yet for the game to stop cold because they can't figure something out. So that's my way of doing it. I love when players do stuff like research it. When they do their research, it's like, yes, that's good. Okay. If nothing else, we can have some good role play encounters.
Oh, there you go. Just don't research at the table. It's like, what did you come across? Oh, so is that a 2-headed troll? Let me look it up online. 2E.
Oh, no. I mean,
I know.
God damn it, this is my game. This is my world. I'll tell you whether you look it up or whether it's right or not. I rarely get to that point.
That's okay. No, we're both congested tonight.
Yeah, it's I don't know what I caught. I'm on Sudafed right now, so I have not fallen asleep yet, and I won't until after the show.
Oh well.
Excuse me.
After this, I'm going to have to turn on Netflix and watch the fight of the century. Tyson and Jake Paul.
Tyson's still going. Wow.
Yep. Old man versus internet loudmouth.
God bless him. I don't know about the internet loudmouth.
He's a mixed martial artist, I believe.
Oh, it's an MMA guy?
Yeah. So, I mean, that's good, right? You mixed martial artist against
a traditional boxer.
Well, somebody who bit an ear off.
Yeah. Good old Tyson.
I might give your ear off. You all caught a computer virus.
I'm very happy.
Fugly, is your refrigerator running? Well, you better go catch it before it gets away. Oh my God, that joke was old when I was young.
You were young?
All right, well, theoretically, yes, I was young, Glenn. I think theoretically, yes, you were too.
Yeah, but I still got my looks. Such as they are.
You bastard.
Well, I have I never liked being overweight, but it's like, maybe you shouldn't have lost those 75 to 100 pounds. Now you see the wrinkles, or more of them.
Oh, I understand that.
I mean, I've always had the bags under the eyes, but now we got the drawn face and all this other stuff. But anyway, what were we talking about? Oh yeah, random encounters. Yeah, random encounters are good. You just got to know how to use them.
Right. It's like spice. A little bit goes a long way.
Prince Albert in a can.
Yeah. No, that's an older joke, Fugly.
You call up a bowling alley and say, "You got 16-pound balls?" They say, "Yeah." I said, "Well, how do you stand up?"
How did the constipated mathematician work the problem out?
Oh, do I have to? Do I have to?
Yes.
With a pencil.
There you go.
You told me that. Never mind. We're talking about gaming, aren't we? Oy. Let's see. Yeah, I got no games on the horizon other than that Monday game, and that got pushed back to the 25th, which is okay with me. 2 days before Thanksgiving, but I probably can squeeze it in.
No, that's fine.
Yeah. Thanksgiving is a headache around here with me because, clean the house, run to the store and get stuff. I think I've got Becky finally trained saying, "You tell me what you want for Thanksgiving dinner for everybody, since we're having a crap ton of people over." I tell her, "You tell me at least a week ahead of time what you need from the store. Because I guarantee you send me like a day before or 2 days before.
Oh, God, no.
They ain't going to have anything." I mean, this year we actually have a turkey. Wow. She got one already. Fantastic. But she's going to need stuff that they're going to run out of. And I finally got her to that point. It's like, let's do it now. Let's do it now. Let's do it now. And she's got some kind of baby shower tomorrow. She's doing the food and stuff for her. She's got her stuff. After that's done, it's full speed ahead to Thanksgiving. So, okay. Yeah, that'd be fun for Thanksgiving. A turducken dragon.
Ooh, don't just make sure it's it's not a deep fried turducken, no. Because if you're gonna deep fry it, you gotta make sure your turkey is defrosted.
Turducken dragon.
No, you're not looking at two turkeys right now. So yeah, I'm doing. It's only Rach and I and my parents. So
good for you.
So I was like, hey, look, my factor 75. Will we get
I mean, I don't have a couch here anymore, so I know there's going to be a couple tables set up in here. Even though everybody's in there.
Yeah, no,
probably the kids.
I ordered 4 turkey dinners that will come the day before, and we'll be good. We'll be fine.
I've got this big area here, and I'm debating whether or not I want to put a game table in there. The reason I say that is because our dining room has such a wonderful dining room table. Okay. It is huge. I could put 8 players around that and not feel it and not be cramped.
Damn.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. I should send you pictures. But yeah, I got a table like that. It's like, no, we'll put a couch in here. Because she wants to put the TV back in here, the big TV.
Okay.
I make this the TV room. And it's like, you just did that so all the little kids can come in here and watch Peppa Pig and drive me crazy.
Grandpa, can I watch Peppa?
What drives me crazy is they put on Peppa Pig and then they pull out their tablet and watch something on there or play a game. It's like,
what?
And then it's like, I can't turn it off because then, wait, turn it off. Are you watching it? No. Well,
but it's background noise, Grandpa, and I like the background noise of Peppa Pig.
I'm so glad I've got earphones and earbuds. Holy moly. Anyway, maybe I can do a game for them or something. I don't know. Start getting the young ones trained. You know what I mean?
I got you.
Oh yeah. You got to start them early in this gaming thing. Now you had your niece.
Yes.
And how old is she now, by the way?
She'll be 14 in December.
And she doesn't play?
She rolled up an elven wizard at school with the D&D club.
Okay. I always wanted to, now Gage is an adult, I'm always like, hey, you going to run something? Hey, you going to run something? No. Aren't you running stuff? Well, I don't want to do it all the time.
Sure you do.
I mean, I swear to God, I would like to play once in a while, and I would love to see how you run a game. One of these days, I'm going to go to North Texas and submit a game that he's going to run. There we go. That's Cthulhu Turducken.
Fugly sent that picture to me.
Oh Lord.
That's taking Turducken to a whole nother level.
Oh, that's Japanese Turducken right there.
Yep. No, Mr. Gunn, Peppa Pig is not a BBW OnlyFans.
Never heard that one before. Thought everybody knew what that damn show is. That's the only thing that's making Hasbro money right now.
Peppa Pig.
Well, they sold all their properties.
Except for
that one, whatever they did, the D&D movie.
They
sold all their properties except 2 things, Transformers and Peppa Pig.
He got to keep Peppa.
Yeah, well, that's their money maker. D&D sure isn't doing it. Well, maybe it is. I don't know.
So wait, you're saying Peppa Shake's a moneymaker? What the heck? What are you talking about, Glenn?
No, but I mean, what's the status of? I've heard quite a while ago, and I don't know if it's still true, that like D&D was saving Hasbro as far as money goes.
All right, not quite.
Mm-hmm. Fuck me.
Okay. Baldur's Gate 3 was by itself making D&D / WotC very profitable. But the converse, or the lesson learned by WotC, it wasn't that, wow, having a great third-party licensee does as well. The lesson learned was, if we had produced this in-house, we'd have made even more money. So that's what we're seeing with the VTT is there, and that's why the VTT you'll be able to play characters from Baldur's Gate 3. You'll be able to play your Transformers. I don't ask me.
That blows me away. Blows me away.
It's not peppers and pigs. It's not salt and peppers. Mr. Gunn, you are purposefully
I
obtuse.
thought even single people knew who Peppa Pig was.
Mr. Gunn is trying to pretend that he's literally half as smart as he is. And since that is already working at a negative, that's not a very good thing to do, sir. You've already got a deficit, man.
No, Lizzo. I love it. I never considered her a BBW though. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
Well, she certainly did.
I don't see her very often online. So
She is big is beautiful, right?
okay, I'll take your word for it.
There gets a point where it literally jumps the shark. It is the Fonzie.
Okay, what I meant, Mr. Gunn, single is, do you have kids? Do you have grandkids? Do you know of any kids?
Yeah.
Anybody who's not even on my radar. Fugly says not my generation, not even on my radar. I wish it wasn't on my radar. Unfortunately, we have little grandkids coming over here, so you figure it out.
Yeah, I was trying to say, why do I know? And I go, oh, that's right. When Shannon was younger, Peppa Pig. Heck, I haven't watched SpongeBob in years. And SpongeBob.
I mean, when Gage and Gavin were little, it was Blue's Clues and Dora the Explorer. So
Dora.
Anyway.
Swiper keeps swiping.
Yes. If I can, well, I understand there's going to be so many kids, so many people here for Thanksgiving. I'm not going to get a chance to run anything, which I wish I could. I can come up with something simple and short for the kids.
The kids.
Pull out the Looney Tunes. Oh, I got plenty of those on my hard drive.
Right, but you're not going to.
I got the DVD sets up there, over there.
It's not like when we were a kid when like that stuff was playing on like the afternoons constantly.
Yes, I got the DVDs. Mm-hmm. I've got If they want to watch something, I've got Looney Tunes. I've got Popeye. I've got Mickey Mouse. I'm so blown away. My 5-year-old grandson the other day wanted to watch Mickey Mouse, and his Nana Becky pulled it out and put it in there. What blew me away was he wanted to watch the old black and white Mickey Mouses. That blew me away.
All right, the kid's got taste.
Well, yeah. Well, he's my grandson, of course. Yeah. So he is a very smart boy. That's why I want to get him into gaming. I think he can be another Gage.
Oh, excuse me.
Speaking of which, I got to figure out what to run at the next North Texas. It might be just one Gangbusters game and something else.
Well, I got to figure out what I'm running at the. I don't have to run anything at North Texas. I can just hang. And TotalCon, I am media/press, so I just got to interview people.
Really?
Yeah, but at Page, Wizard, Central New York, and ChinaCon, I got to run shit.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I know.
Central New York?
Central New York Con. It's a new one. Yeah, it's a Saturday, Sunday con. I like that.
And I couldn't be out there for that? No, I had to go to Comic-Con.
It's the weekend after North Texas.
Whoa, really?
Oh yeah, I'm going to I'm going to be working on probably little sleep when I drive up there, but that's okay.
So what do we got going in North Texas? Any special announcements or anything?
I do believe that I think Jeff Grubb is going to be one of the special guests.
About time.
Be still my beating heart. Um, so maybe we'll reenact the first time I met Jeff. You know, when I watched the elevator doors close in front of me when he went, "Oh, Eric Tenkar," it knew who I was. I'm had that. The only time I've been speechless around any of these industry people.
That's what happened. That's what happened when I first saw Frank Mentzer. He said, "Hey, how you doing, Smokey?" What? Oh, Smokestack Joe. Yeah. Hi. How you doing, Frank?
Well, at least you can answer. I was literally speechless, and then the elevator doors closed. I could have rode an elevator with Jeff, but no, I got to be speechless.
Well, you know my favorite story about Mr. Spahn going to North Texas the first time.
Uh-huh.
That's my favorite story.
We're
sitting in the hallway of the Westin, one of those couches, one of those benches, talking, and Errol Otis walks by, and I said, "Wait a minute, hey Errol, hey Glenn, like you to meet Mr. Spahn here," and he was just Spahn, Errol Otis, and you know how Errol is. He's just like,
it's a sweetheart.
Really, really friendly guy, life of the party and stuff. Hey, how you doing? And it's like, hi. That's about all I could say. And to me, that was priceless. I didn't get kicked in the nuts or anything, but that was priceless.
A night with Bad Mike is being auctioned off. I plan to bring my checkbook.
Oh Lord. How do you mean that?
I'm afraid that.
I'm afraid to ask.
No, it's not. Bad Mike's not the one that wears the Speedo. It's
especially if he's wearing his Satan outfit.
Right. He dresses up as Satan. He doesn't put his sack in a sack.
Yep.
You're not gonna get that.
Just don't let him teabag you.
Oh.
Oh man, I come up with some doozies. Anyway.
Yeah. So Cal, when it comes to Magic the Gathering cards, I used to have betas. I had Magic the Gathering betas, and I sold all my valuable ones back for like, I don't know, back in '98 maybe, back to the place where I bought the packs from. I made like $1,200, and I was very happy. But my remaining betas, which could have made me some more bucks, went through the wash as I left them in my pants pocket.
Ooh.
And that.
Ooh.
Eric, did you guys ever tell us about your time together up north? Glenn and I?
I ran 3 games, so that sort of paid my dues for the rest of the trip.
Ken almost Ken. Glenn almost beheaded himself stepping into a fan. Thank God it wasn't off. It was off. Wasn't off? It was off.
You mean a ceiling fan?
That ceiling fan, yes.
I do that at home. I'm running into the lights and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and then our last was it our last night? Yeah, it was our last night. We did the train ride.
Yeah, that was fun. That was the last night. That was the last night in Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania, yeah.
In the Poconos, and that was fun.
That was good stuff. Good stuff. We had a good time.
Oh, by the way, Jason says hi. I talked to him today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I hadn't talked to him since I left for your house.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And he's doing well. He had a lot of fun when I was here. I ran the games. I still don't know why I was running games in like 30-degree weather.
It wasn't 30. It was upper 50s, low 60s.
All right, it was cold.
You actually had good weather for New York at that time of the year.
Reminded me of this is around. Reminded me around here, really. But
St.
hey,
Cuthbert, it's like the movie Stripes. I want to party with you.
woohoo! Oh, just get me drunk in North Texas. You'll find out it's not a bed of roses.
Yeah. Yeah, Cal, here's the thing. I liked the Magic the Gathering cards. I thought they were beautiful. I thought it was interesting. I had nobody to ever play it with. And really, I had no trouble selling them because I wasn't getting any enjoyment out of it. Never got to play a game of Magic the Gathering.
Bummer.
So
I played several. I'm very bad at it.
I couldn't tell you if I was bad at it. I never played it.
Yeah. When it first came out, I played it, but I was still pretty bad. But yeah, it's so funny. My then stepdaughter from my second wife, I taught her how to play, and she proceeded to clean my clock every time.
Okay.
So there you go.
Listen, that's. I'm not gonna say that's the way it should be, but listen, we're the adults, right? Clean my clock. Go ahead. Are you having fun? You having fun? You just don't want you don't want your clock being cleaned by a social equal. That's the point where it becomes an issue.
Well, maybe you're right.
Yeah, I can get my clock cleaned by a kid. Oh, all right, Glenn. Thank you for
You're welcome.
the pictures.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I even got you and Raish in that big chair.
Oh,
Well, I was smart enough not to sit in. But
wow,
yeah. So we did a Gangbusters, a Ghostbusters, and a Hyperborea game.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was like a mini convention.
Well, except for the cold.
I don't know, man. North Texas had some cranking AC.
They do.
And
They
last year, not 24, but in 23, man, I was like, wow, I could have used long sleeves. And I go everywhere in short sleeves, folks.
Yeah.
This isn't just lounge wear. This is everywhere wear.
Those me, it was like I'm cold. I'm not ready quite yet to pull out the thermals. But I will eventually when it gets later in the year.
Hey, you're in Oklahoma. They actually sell thermals in Oklahoma?
I got 2 pair. What do you think Amazon's for?
It's Oklahoma. Come on.
It's colder than hell. We don't get the snow. We don't get the snow like you guys all the time, but it still get the cold.
I guess Oklahoma, where the wind comes sweeping down the plains.
The cold wind.
Is that what it? I just thought it was just the wind. But all right.
Well, think about that next time. Yeah, the wind blows a lot, but not as much as you think.
Okay.
Any time of year. It's just ugh. Right now we're dealing with. I think we're going to have rain this weekend or something. So there's that. But yeah, I'm just jonesing for a game right now. Kind of jonesing for a regular old sit down, look at each other game.
I get that at my convention play, but
I'm tired of COVID taking that away from me. Of course, moving out here didn't help.
Okay, I got you.
I'm sure I can find some players somewhere around here. I just haven't looked. I'm just starting to get into the swing of living here. And I know there's a game place around here. So there's that. I don't have to go to the city all the time to do it, which is good. Anyway. Amen. You got it right.
Amen. Oh man, I'm about to have a sneezing fit. Holy jeez.
This should be interesting.
No, I don't. I that's the last thing. It's like, why can't I see through the? Why did Tenkar get all blurry? Oh, oh,
Poor guy.
oh, folks! This is allergy season, cold season, allergy season, cold season.
Why did you move to? Yeah, thank you. We moved there because we actually found a house we could buy
There you go.
instead of rent or lease.
That's always a good reason.
Something that was actually affordable and gives us enough space. That's why. See, my niece is a realtor, so we had a leg up there. She kept her eye out on because we had only a certain amount of money, and I don't know, she did a good job in finding this place.
Okay.
And I'll tell you, Chickasha, it gets to the point where you have to move out somewhere like this. You know what I'm saying? Because of what you got to work with. And Becky's got some way of, she wants to retire next year.
Right.
She said, I have a way of getting a house and having a mortgage and being retired at the same time. Because we're both pulling social.
Right.
So God bless her. I mean, boy. I said, I just need a permanent place to hang my hat. Now I do.
There you go.
Yeah. It's a good thing. I got a dining room I can play games in and have a big old TV and we're gonna have fun. Oh, I just got another I actually got a game book this week.
Do tell.
Believe it or not, I have not bought a game book in quite a while.
Okay.
Another basic fantasy.
Oh, okay. Always nice ones to get.
Yeah, the endless tunnels of Entolin, which I find out was an old Dragon's Foot module that they rewrote for basic fantasy.
Okay, I don't remember. Is there a new one for Basic Fantasy? Because I don't.
Yeah, it just come out this last week. And I get you pay $5 on Amazon, next day, boom, you got it.
Yeah.
It's great. It looks like a nice book. Haven't looked at it. It just goes on the shelf for now. I'm still trying to get through Faults of the Weaver. I'm overdue for a review of that.
Okay.
I've gone through like half of it. It was a lot easier read than I thought it would be, because I know how James Hargrave can be.
Yeah.
To me, the Arduin trilogy is more of a reference book than anything else.
Oh, I just pick pieces out of it. That's what I do.
Yeah. They're just, see, a lot of gamers don't understand. These are reference books. Rule books and such are reference books. So a lot of them are not made to read through all the way through. I mean, yeah, adventures and modules, you have to do that. But I'm saying, like, if you get supplements and things like that, you may give a cursory read, or especially if you have like a monster book or a treasure book. I never read through those back to front to back. I can't. I feel you too, Wonky. Thanks for the commiseration. But yeah, these are reference books. I have yet to find a library that'll keep them. I know there are out there.
Mr. Gunn, when is Emperor's Choice going to kickstart the RPG? I believe it's going to be late 25 or early 26. Don't quote me on that. I believe, going to continue with the word believe. Yep. They are going to be at Central New York Con in June as a vendor, and there may be some sneak peeks at that time.
These guys are great. They're sweethearts and they do good work.
Yeah, we'll bring them back probably both on Friday and on a Wednesday. Before North Texas, that's for sure. Because
Yeah,
they're good guys and
they are.
they're fun to talk to, and they really believe in Arwen and supporting it and
And putting out quality work.
yeah, so
I don't know how they make their money on it, but everything they put out so far has been chef's kiss.
yeah. So
Even the maps, unbelievable.
well,
Maps.
Glenn, I am beginning to feel like I was run over by a bulldozer. I'm ready to fall asleep. What about you?
Well, I could use a little painkiller right now.
Yeah, folks, you all got us sick. No, you didn't get us sick. But I was fighting something off for the better part of a week. Not going to go
into and if we weren't sick, we'd have bad mic on. So sorry.
Yeah, you had to choose the lesser of two evils, which was us not feeling right.
Yeah.
Game of Self live stream tomorrow night at 8 p.m.
Before I mentioned that, instead there was a chaos coming that did not want to give bad info. Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah, no, I have the best info I have is what I have. By the way, tomorrow I will be guesting on a live stream at I think 5 or 5:30. When I have the info, I'll put it up on social media and the Discord. There will be an announcement on that live stream. So
is this a secret one you were talking about?
Yes. So once that live stream is out, I'll be able to talk about what I can't talk about. So if nothing else tomorrow night, I'll be able to talk about what I can't talk about. So on that note, thank you all. Really
Time to go.
Glenn and I will be back. Oh my God! We will be back. Our next day is Black Friday. Well, technically Black Friday. We don't have to be back. We could not be back.
I'll do it.
But we may do it. We may do it. And if we do it, we will make sure we have a bunch of things Black Friday related for gamers that we can talk about and recommend.
I'll do it. Yeah, that keeps me away from Black Friday. I like that.
All right.
So Cyber Monday, that's another story.
Yeah, pencil in Black Friday. All right, folks. Be safe, be well. God bless. Roll those dice, roll them well.
Radio Grognard, which will be back Monday.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, I had to take, it was like the week after I got back, I put out shows, but after that, it's like, I need another week to recover. I'm sorry.
There you go.
So it's like, I'll see you guys next Monday. so yeah. Radio Grognard, Thicko's Hammer, his shows.
So many shows. What can we tell you?